Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Connie with Prairie Paper Crafts, coming on today to share with you a single page scrapbook layout for first day of school. My great nieces and nephews are almost all back in school, so I thought this would be a good time to do some school layouts, and I've had some changes in my personal life, so I'm hoping to do a few more, challenge myself to do a few more scrapbook layouts, and I have been, and get a few projects done. So hopefully that will work out, but things change from day to day. So I want to thank you all for being patient with me and staying with me. So go ahead and get started. My pattern is all from Little Scraps of Heaven Designs. I think the title of it is also First Day of School. I don't know if you're aware that on Pinterest, Trisha Moore has several scrapbook layout sketches and also, card sketches. And when I get stumped, not sure what I want to do, I actually go there, and I have another scrapbook layout that I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I wanted to do a two-page or a single. Well, I went to Pinterest, found exactly what I was looking for, so thought I would throw that out to you. Go ahead and get started because I do have another video of a paper piece that I want to get hopefully done today. So I'm going to get my stuff out of the way here, and I'll explain a little bit as I went. These pieces were done for some time. I could not find background paper I had a paper kit and had it pretty much the way I wanted, but the pieces and everything just faded into the background. Well, this, believe it or not, I had another school paper kit. This is actually, we're going to go upside down. This is actually part of that other school kit. You wouldn't think the brown with the, I call it taupe colored polka dots, would be these being primary colors more. I don't know, but when I put it all together and laid it out, it just popped for me, so to speak. So, like I said, I can go for weeks and not find the right paper that I want, and then all of a sudden I find something and it all just goes together. So that's part of why I'm so slow at scrapbooking. I'm so fussy on paper. Not that I need any, because I really did just get a bunch, knowing that things were possibly changing for me in a lot of ways. And although everything is okay, I just don't want to talk about a lot of it. I apologize. I do keep a lot of my personal stuff more personal. So this page, when I get it flipped over, it's 11.5 by 11.5 inch square. The background is 12 by 12. The paper is all from Echo Park, except this background piece, excuse me, is from Die Cuts with the View. I could not think of that. I'm so sorry. Just kind of eyeballing this a little bit with my ruler. Hard for me to keep it at 1/4 of an inch here with being on the edge so close. I'm going to hold it up a moment, trying to stay in frame as much as possible and not get in the camera. So I will use this ruler because it has this acrylic edge and it works really well to burnish large pieces. And I don't know, I think it was Scrapbook Jen from Scrapbooking with Jen. I think I've mentioned before, she'd commented about, paper not sticking. I have found in this humidity, for me, it either sticks or it doesn't. And I just have tried, even my paper pieces, everything, to burnish as best I can. So thought I would share that with you. Next piece, I'm going to put down my border. This little strip does come from Little Scraps of Heaven Designs. I'll lay it down, you can probably see it better. It is from the notebook, the side of the notebook paper that's in the file. I just started welding pieces together to get a border strip. I just didn't like any of the other borders I had, so that's where I got this. And it is, for length, 11.5 inches long. This piece, oh, and it's about, let's see, sorry, 3/4 of an inch wide. This piece is 11 3/4 long, and it is also about 3/4 of an inch wide. This piece should be 11 1/4, but let me double check. Trying to read the ruler in this light. Well, I lost my glasses on top of it all. It is 11 1/4 inch long, excuse me. Oh, pardon my neighbor's car. It is 1.5 inches wide, or tall, so I should say tall and 11 1/4 inch wide. I don't go with directions well that way, so I want to get this out of the way, just because I'll probably get glue on it putting it together. So I'm just going to lay this, I'm going to put this piece on last because I want to center it between my pages. Just thought of that. This, I can use my grid here, and I should be okay. I'm just going to put some glue on the back here. I think I saw my bottom, my black strip there, probably on Pinterest, and I believe, if I'm not dreaming, I want to say there is a paper punch that does this notebook edge. I am not sure. I want to say there used to be one for some reason, but I don't have all of that stuff. I honestly make do with what I have. In fact, I just finally purchased a new Cricut because mine was starting to, I'll just say, act up. It just wasn't quite doing what it should. So I am going to put my little ruler on here so I can attempt to get this border straight. I'm going to put it about from the bottom, from the very bottom. It'll be about 3.5 inches high. And what I'm doing is just putting glue on here. Off camera, I'll come back and put some glue on the little, I call them little tabs. I don't know exactly what you want to call them, but I'm not taking the time now to do that. And I don't put it on every one, I just put it wherever it's kind of not covered by a paper piece so it will stick good. Again, I'm just eyeballing this and working backwards. I'm eyeballing it between that top brown layer. Too many rulers here. Oh, I want to be careful of my tabs so I don't, they're somewhat fragile, so excuse my voice. It's not early, but it's early for me because I slept in today, and it's been quite humid. So okay, this piece on the design, when you bring it in, it does say resize it. I think it's 5 by 7, and I think my outer edge, let me look. Oh, well, I did 5.5 wide, probably 7.5 inch tall. Yeah, 7.5 inch tall. And I think my reasoning was I have nearly 4 by, not quite 6, it's about 3 3/4 by 5 3/4 on the inside. Excuse me. And I should say this blue and this yellow paper is not from Echo Park, it's paper from my stash. But if you can see, it's open in the top. I just put glue along the very sides, very edges of my paper. And I don't know why I put this extra piece of white. This was a little bit flimsier. I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest. You never know with me. Before I put that down, though, I better put this on. This, because I need some wiggle room. I will use my beacon glue. Excuse me. Now this one I'm centering between, obviously, the cream colored piece here, but also between the 12-inch piece. So it's a little bit different. And instead of using a ruler, I don't want to reach for my bone folder. I'm putting a lot of pressure on here to get it, make sure it stays down good. Okay, now I'm going to bring my other pieces in here quick. I don't want that one too high, but we'll see. This, and again, I think the pieces pretty much were cut the same size as they came in. So with the bottom ledge, we'll go with that, because that's where we have to measure from. It is 6 inches wide and say about 3 5/8 inch high. It's gonna go here. It's going more toward the top. And I have, one layer of foam tape, popped up on one layer of craft foam, and again, going up toward the top, it'll just overhang slightly there. I have these little flags. They came with the file. Excuse me, the red one is at about 4.5 long, and about 1 5/8 inch tall, and the yellow one, should I do this way, I think, about 3 1/4 by about 1 inch tall. This is just the title. I thought School Memories is just a sticker. Wow, all of a sudden I couldn't think. And I'm going to kind of center that between my photo mat. Then I have my 2 crayons. One is, the green is popped up. They're both the same size. They are at about 3 1/2 inch long, and goodness, it's noisy out here today, about 7 1/2 inch tall. So my red one is going this way slightly, and I think this needs to go over a little bit, and then that'll just go up there. A pencil, if I give you the measurements first, I won't forget. Is it about 2 3/8 long, obviously, duh, by about 3/4 of an inch tall. And I have my little bear. When he's all paper pieced and he's all popped up, everything, he is at about, say, 5 1/2 inch tall, and he's all total wide between the end of his lunchbox and the handle. He's at about 5 3/4 inch wide. He's going to come down here, and then I have this piece came plain, with the file. This is the piece I use for this black border down here. This is cut at, I trimmed it down, so I'll tell you, it's at about 4.5 tall by 3 3/4 wide. I trimmed it down because I took one of the little journal cards from the paper and put on there. Thought you could journal if you wanted to put a picture on one side. What I'm doing is I'm just tucking it behind the bear back here, and I will, in fact, right now, excuse my reach, get a pencil, and I'm going to mark on the back of the bear on the paper, or on the foam, approximately where I want the glue to stop, so I can just leave that tucked behind there. So I'm going to go ahead and get my paper pieces down. I'm going to do my photo mat first, and again I want to put something down so I get it straight a little better, or try. And I'm going to make sure I keep the top where I want it, and only put glue. I can put glue on the whole back side because I made that opening, but I don't want it to go over that white at the top either. But I'll show you here quick. It's open from the white. I don't know if you can see that good, so give you an idea. Hold this down. Whoa, this is why I have to use a ruler, because I can't hold on to things. Then I'll come and pop this down. This can go on with, I don't know why I didn't pop this up. And I'm not going to now. I think I had enough popped with the bear and the first day of school. But, oh well. Just kind of try to, I don't have my tweezers, so kind of at a loss here. What I'm going to do is the point of the arrow kind of line up with this cream colored piece, and try to kind of line this up over here. It looks good to me. It's probably off center, but I'm gonna go with it. I want to get these two pieces out of the way so I can get this piece on. I like to use Beacon for when I use craft foam, because the art glitter glue works well with this, but it takes a little bit longer to dry on craft foam, so just better to use this. I'm going to turn this a bit of an angle, or just turn it one turn so I can get my ruler back on so I can see what I'm doing. Get that out of the way. I had that there so I could know where I was filming. I'm doing this down about 3/4 of an inch from the very top of the 12-inch piece. So from the very top up here. Again, I just want to make sure it sticks good. And when I size my chalkboard, I put the letters and stuff on there first before I size anything, and then I group it, and then if I need to resize it, it'll all size together. Now that's in Cricut Design Space. I apologize, I'm not familiar with Silhouette at all, so I won't speak for that. Okay, I'm going to get my beer on. Just about done. I am enjoying scrapbooking again. I kind of forgot. I really do enjoy it. That and card making. I like making treat boxes too, but I made so many for a while I just need a little bit of a break. So it's kind of nice to do some scrapbooking. Have so many pictures to do, and my mother is taking care of my great niece some this school year, so I'll get some photos of her for a change, which I haven't had many, so it'll be a nice change. Excuse my red fingers, wow. I want to let that sit a minute before I put my notebook paper in there. I'm going to figure out, I think I'm going to only put glue on the two edges here, just because I want them not to cover anywhere, cover the photo or anything. I'm just going to kind of pop it on here. And I'll show you in a minute what I was thinking there. I want to do the same here. I just want to do some on edge of that piece and just put a little bit here and there. Just, you could change up the color, the crayon colors if you wanted. I mean, you could change the color of the picture frame. Do a lot of things to personalize this. Okay, and again, this I'm only putting glue on the edges here. And I don't have a photo printed out, but I'll show you here. So what I'm thinking is, obviously your picture's going to go behind if you want it to. If you crop it and it fits, you just lay it in there, you can do that. But I wanted the photo to be able to fit behind here, and be careful because of this part up here, but it will fit up there underneath the crayons. So that was my thinking there. This piece, again, it just tucks behind my bear here. So that is my finished layout. Thank you all for joining me. Again, I will be back very soon with it's the free turkey from Cadoodlebug Designs. And yes, I'm on the Little Scraps of Heaven design team, but this is my channel, and every once in a while I will be sharing some other pieces or projects. In fact, I have a double scrapbook layout to get filmed I've had done for some time, even before I started on the team. It's from Scrapping Bug Designs. I won the file. I've had it for quite some time. I want to get it put together. I've got it all ready to go. Things got in the way and I didn't get it filmed, so I'll be doing that shortly too. Thank you all. Have an awesome day.